Hey, welcome. In the next minutes, you will learn what most people ignore when writing SQL and how that affects your database. What is SQL? It stands for Structured Query Language. It is the language used to talk to databases. With SQL, you read data, you filter data, you combine data from multiple tables, and you summarize data into useful information. SQL is not tied to one database. It works in relational systems like PostgreSQL, MySQL, Oracle, and modern analytics platforms like BigQuery and Snowflake. SQL looks simple, but writing correct SQL is not the same as writing good SQL. And that difference is what actually matters. When you do not filter, the database reads everything, even data you will never use. More rows means more work, and more work means slower queries and higher cost. Good SQL filters as early as possible. The database reads less. The query runs faster, and you pay less. On small tables, this looks harmless. On large tables, this is the difference between seconds and minutes. If you can filter early, do it. If you cannot, ask why. Filtering is not optional. It is the foundation of good SQL. Sorting data looks harmless. It is not. Order by forces the database to sort rows. On large tables, this means heavy computation. Order by without limit is a common mistake, and a very expensive one. Most of the time, you do not need everything sorted. You only need the top results. That is why limit exists. Sorting millions of rows is slow. Sorting 10 rows is cheap. The difference is not subtle. If you use order by, ask yourself why. If you need top results, always use limit. This is where SQL stops being simple and start being strict. Aggregations summarize data. They turn many rows into fewer rows. Count, sum, average. This is how raw data becomes information. Group by defines the shape of your result. It decides how many rows you will get. Every group becomes one row. This is called the grain of your data. Aggregations summarize values inside each group. Count counts rows. Sum adds values. Average calculates the mean. Without aggregations, group by makes no sense. This is the rule people try to ignore. When you use group by, every column in select must be either grouped or aggregated. If it is not, your query is wrong.